Man, so growing up, I always had this thought in my head. I could never get it out. For some reason, nothing ever took it out, but here and there for a little bit. And it was always suicidal thoughts. It was always homicidal thoughts. There was a time when I chased my brother and my stepsister and my stepbrother around the house with a knife and a broom. I've tried to kill myself so many freaking times I've lost count. Still have these thoughts to this day, and I won't act on them. Actually, believe it or not, my last suicidal attempt was at Greensville Correctional Center in the hole. And I took a sheet and I hung it up. I jumped on the sink, put it around my neck, and jumped. I was out. I was out. I don't know how the hell the sheet broke. It was nighttime. It was hole. We're in the hole. Like, they're not even doing rounds. This is Greensville Correctional Center. Most fucked up correctional center. Hole. There's rats in this. There's snakes in this hole. There's bugs everywhere. It's fucked up. They don't care. But somehow my sheet broke by itself. I dropped on the ground. I remember smacking the ground and shaking a little bit. And hearing everybody call my name, because, everybody was like, oh, hey, what was that? Because you just hear somebody, you hear a body dropped. Is pretty what I'm sure it sounded like, But before I heard them call my name, I wholeheartedly, on everything I love, God is my witness, I heard this voice. And this voice told me, there's a reason, stop. There's a reason, stop. Said 3 different times. Ever since then, I haven't, tried to do it. Have I had these thoughts? Yeah, constantly. Fuck, man. They fucking suck. Just feeling so unappreciated, ungrateful, unworthy of any of these things I have. This house, this car, this job, anything, all that shit. You feel unworthy of this shit. You just feel that shit deep side in your fucking chest, man. And it just fucking sucks. And you have these little voices in your head. I can't go back to the way I was. It'll kill my mom, it'll kill my dad, it'll kill everybody. It'll kill myself. Shit sucks, yeah, fuck. Goddamn, get up. Wipe them knees off. You're a goddamn soldier, goddamn do it. That's what I'm gonna do, I told my dad, recently I've told my dad that I have these thoughts. He seen some shit in the war, He was in the Gulf War and some other stuff, And he understands, granted I never went to the Marines, I went to prison. I did my last 2 years in a maximum security, prison Sussex 1C. And seen some shit. Always had these homicidal thoughts, but never actually tried to kill somebody. Remember, I had 28 days left in prison. Owed due some money. My mom couldn't get it to him right then and there. Had to wait a week. course, it's for drugs. And guy wants his money. He used to be my homeboy, but motherfucker ain't never going home. Like, you know what I mean? I'm tripping for real. I had to tell him, like, look, bro, I'm not going to be able to get your money. We'll just have to get it in blood or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to do. Because I can't get it today. My mom can get it next week, but I can't get it today. I get on the phone with my mom. Well, before I even get on the phone with my mom, I get my homie, because it's time is pod tier. It's top tier, bottom tier Rex. So that means bottom tier comes out by itself, top tier comes out by itself. I'm on top tier. I go to the homie. I'm the only homie up top too, by the way. Fucking besides my celly Nacho. Shout out Nacho. Free you, bro. Even though you have to go back to Mexico. But I tell my bro to give me a knife. He gives me basically a fucking lawnmower blade that's a fucking butcher knife. And I go on the phone and I call my mom. I got 28 days left of prison. I'm about to go home. About to see my mom. I ain't seen my mom. I'm 30. I was 38 years old at the time. I ain't seen my mom since I was like 21 was the last time I seen my mom in person. Call my mom. Hey, Mom. I love you. I love you too, blah, blah, blah. Look, Mom. If I can call you, I'll call you. If I can't, I can't. Just know that I'm trying to get home to you. She's like, what do you mean? I said, you know what I mean? I owe this guy money, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I can't say too much. She's like, all right. Just come home. I'm like, I promise you I will. I love you. And I'm about to say something else to her. You know what I mean? The guy comes up to me. He's like, yo, you strapped up? Always. All right, come meet me in the cell. All right, bet. I'm going to get off the phone with my mom. Get back on the phone. Hey, Mom. I'm going to go handle this. I love you. Pray for me. Hope God's on my side. Thank you. All right, bye. Go to my celly in the cell. He handling some business. And I tell him, I'm like, Nacho. He like, yo. So I get him to come. He in the cell next door. So I was like, yo, we in the corner cell in the blind spot. in the trenches for real. Like, you know what I mean? The cell, like, you know what I mean? There's no cameras. COs cannot see in this cell. You know what I mean? You can get really fucked up in this cell. So I'm like, Nacho, yo, me and bro about to wreck. You know what I mean? I don't even tell him about the fucking knife. This is a true story. I if anything, I could try to get him to fucking record this shit on when Nacho called me so he could tell his story. So, I pull the knife out. Nacho clean his cell out. And he comes out and he sees dude's name is CJ, an older black guy from I don't know where the fuck he's from, but he's an older black guy. He's fucking in the way. Anyways, so Nacho's a little short, stocky Mexican dude from Mexico. You know what I mean? He's fucking funny. He's a bitch, cool as a bitch. It's my dog. You know what I mean? I fought with a dude. You know what I mean? Anyways, he's locked up for a murder. He's coming home. Maybe never. I don't know. But anyways, so like Nacho look at my knife. You know, I got the fucking blade. And he look at CJ's knife. CJ has a little fucking razor and a little knife. And I can't. I'll never forget this day, man, because it was so funny how he said it. He looks at my knife. He said, "Y'all about to shoot it out?" Because that's what we say in prison down in Virginia. And I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Man, there's gonna be blood over there." Yeah, matter of fact. And he's like, "Yeah, but." He said, "That's your knife," and looks at CJ. CJ says, "Yeah." He said, "No good." But anyways, this isn't like a laughing matter because this shit's really treacherous. You know what I mean? And I tell dude, I said, we might as well just do it up here or just fucking shoot the ones. I said, what do you want to do, bro? He's like, oh, we can shoot the ones. So we fight 3 times. And first round, he got me. Second round, I got him pretty much because he was getting old, getting tired, you know what I mean? And third round won. And he said, we're going to fight every day until you go home. I said, bet. Next day. And, man, thank God for the OG, man. Shout out to him, bro, you know what I mean? Mook, you know what I mean, from the town. And he knew who I was and shit. And he knew who my brothers were. And he was at work when this shit happened the first day. Second day, he's not at work in the kitchen. He's talking to me. And we come out, doors pop, and CJ sees me and come in the cell, and fucking Mook's like, man, nah, fuck that, man. Y'all ain't fighting, nah, bro, about to go home. Y'all ain't gonna do that, you know what I mean? It's all this metal and shit. And CJ's like, nah, we're gonna fight every day. And, you know what I mean? Mook's like, nah, you gonna fight me. You ain't gonna fight him every day. Nah, fuck that. He's going home, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nah, you gotta handle his business, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, bro, I'll handle this shit. You know what I mean? He said, well, look, from now on, this is the last time. Last round. After this, that shit dead. I don't give a fuck. CJ, you got a problem with you fight me after this. No more y'all fighting. I said, bet. He says, as long as you want to shoot the ones, nephew, I got you. I said, bet. Shot the ones and it was over and done with. But, like, that's how close I made it to not making it home. Because I could have either got killed or I could have killed this man and I would have been spending the rest of my life in prison. That's how close it comes to it in there. That close. And other shit I've seen in fucking prison, man. I whole time, man. Like, god dang, man. Like, remember I did Trust in a Hole and I lost, before I even did the trench, I lost my brother. I lost another brother, cousin, and another brother. And I don't mean like blood brother. These are just my brothers. You know what I mean? These are motherfuckers that hold me down and I've hold down. You know what I mean? And like, those are my dogs. You know what I mean? We met in prison. We related, and they're old heads, and you know what I mean? They're in better places. But remember this one guy named Tommy, man. I'm gonna get in that story after this, but just know how close it is, and no, you ain't the only one, but like, we gotta be there for each other, because no, if I didn't have the power and I didn't love myself and respect who I am, even that people don't think I love myself, I love myself, because if I didn't, I'd be dead. And that's the honest truth. I don't need a suicidal hotline. I don't need none of that. I'm good. I'm working on it. Therapy is what I need. I don't know. I'm just thankful that I love myself and I respect myself. And I know who I am and I know my worth. If it wasn't for that, I'd be dead. And that's the honest truth. And if anybody else is dealing with the same things, just know you're not alone, man. Like, granted, I feel so fucking alone most of the time, but I know I'm not alone. I know there's people that feel like me, or deal with shit like me, you know what I mean, or been through shit like me, but are making it, you know what I mean. I know that, and I know I can, and I will, and so will you.